Hey everyone, this is Anant. Today I'll be sharing how to use a Windows Server as a remote desktop. I'll be sharing these slides as a reference and you can find the link in the description. The following points will be covered in the video. So we will be covering cost requirements, advantages, disadvantages and some use cases, and I will show you a live example of how I use it. So let's get started with the demo. So the first thing that I will be doing is creating an EC2 server and showing you how to configure it as a desktop for your personal use. Okay, so let's start with launching server. This process usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes and it's a very easy and basic process. So what you need to do is, first you need to click the launch button, then come here, select Windows Server 2019 base, then select the type of server, based on your usage, the amount of RAM, the amount of CPU, and if you have a networking requirement, then you can also check the type here. Okay, we will go with a basic one. So I'll usually use T3 small as it is the moderate level of performance and cost. Next we need to configure some settings here. So two things you would like to change. So first thing is we will like to make this enable so that we get a public IP every time to access the server, and anything else just check this one. So this should not be unlimited to save costs. Okay, next we will configure storage, so you can leave it like that. If you have any takes, for example you want to add a name, you can simply give it a name like my Windows Server or something like that. Okay, this is the most important part. So you need to make sure that you can access your server. So security groups is like a firewall that is provided by the cloud provider itself. Okay, so you want to make sure that your server is accessible. So usually what I do is, for basic usage, I create a new security group and allow everything. Okay, so just write allow everything and just simply come here and select all the traffic. So here we have all traffic from anywhere. Okay, that's it, nothing else. Then just review your settings and launch the server, and it will ask you to create a key pair. So I'll suggest you create a key pair. So this key pair will be used to generate the password in the later stage. Okay, so right now I'll give the key as a Windows Server. You can give any name you want, not an issue. Okay, it is downloaded and now we'll launch the server. So after launching, you would like to access the server, so you have to wait till the server comes to the running state. Okay, meanwhile that is happening, it will take 5 minutes to complete. Meanwhile the server is getting ready, so I'll share what are the costs and requirements for the servers. Okay, so first you will need a basic cloud platform account. Okay, so I use AWS. You can choose any platform you want that support Windows Server. Then you will need an internet connection with 1 megabits as a minimum speed, and I will recommend 2 or above, and you should check your latency with pinging Google. Okay, then comes the cost, the most important factor. So cost depends on the amount of RAM, CPU and storage that you select. For AWS you can check the cost here on AWS calculator. So for my usage, I use a CPU with 2 GB RAM and 2 cores. So I get a cost bill of 17 USD or 20 USD per month, which is very easy. And you will need a OS with RDP client. Okay, I use Windows 10 and Windows 10 is recommended that as it is giving the best experience. Okay, let's cover the advantages. So all the cloud advantages of cloud are covered here. So you can just go through the slides and find out. Okay, then there are some use cases that I have tested. So I have used desktop as personal PC. I use it daily. I'll show you a demo later. And I use it as a development platform to develop my apps in Django, Node.js, anything. Okay, so I used it for video editing once. Then one thing we all have to face is that we have local systems that are old or maybe are very slow, like we want to upgrade it. So instead of upgrading, what you can do is you can use a Windows server temporary for doing your work. Okay, and then anything that you can imagine, it's fine. So it's time for a live demo. So it has been a few minutes. Let's check on our server and connect to it. So here you can see the server. Must check that it has status 2 out of 2 checked and it is in running state. After that, we'll click on the connect button, go to RDP section, and here we will download the RDP file and click on get password. So when you click on get password, it may sometimes say that you need to wait for some minutes. So just wait and let it be. Otherwise, you will see this window. Here you need to paste the key that you downloaded earlier. So here go to this, copy the content and paste it here. That way it will generate a password. Simply copy the password, go to the file that you downloaded, open it and paste the password, and remember for previous login. Then it will take a bit to connect and it will take a bit to show the desktop. So now we are into the server. Let's start by first enabling internet for Internet Explorer. Usually what happens is that in servers the internet access is blocked to prevent any malicious content. Okay, so we will go to server manager from here in start and then go to local server. Here we will wait a bit and refresh it so that all the settings are populated, and there will be two settings that we would like to do. So first is IE enhanced security configuration and second is time zone. Time zone is optional, you can select if you want to do. So I will just do Internet Explorer enhanced security configuration and turn it off. Then after that we will need to set the policies and add a user or change the username as we want to. So next thing I will do is I'll go to search and I'll search for local policies. And in here we will go to account policies, password policy, and change the first complexity to disabled and then the password age to 0. This one. Okay, maximum password age to 0. Then we'll go to search again. We will go to management. We'll open computer management. Here we will go to local users, and here we will change the name of administrator to the name we want. So I'll change it to my own name, Anant, and then I'll change the password to the password that I want. Okay, this warning may come, you can simply proceed. So I'll give it a password, any password will work. And that's it. This is also done. So after that, usually what happens is the server start to lag. So usually we should do a restart. Okay, I'll just restart it and come back after a restart. It will take a minute to restart. After that, we will again click on our RDP file. It will again ask us, we'll connect, and this time it will deny the credential because we have changed it. So we'll go to more choices, change your user. I will enter the user that I just created and enter the password that I created. And I'll just remember it and okay. And after that, we will be able to log in into our server. So we are connected to our server, and now I will open Internet Explorer and simply try to install Chrome. Okay. Now let's take a look at the live example. So I'll show you the server that I use daily. Okay, so I'll close the server. So what I do is usually I take a Windows RDP file and save it on my desktop. So I go save this file and edit it. I just change the IP address of the server that I use, and then I save my credentials as well and click on save and then simply connect. So it does not ask me for anything, it simply connects. So as you can see, and this is my server that I use daily, and here you can see I have installed PyCharm, Chrome, Edge, even Git, Python. So I use it for my development purpose. So I'll show you a simple demo of using an application in PyCharm. The advantages of using is that it is very fast, and since cloud use NVMe and SSD drives, so the performance is very fast even in lower amount of RAM. So this server has only 2 GB of RAM, but PyCharm usually requires 4 GB. But since it is a server, it can simply run on 2 GB RAM. Okay, so here's my application, and as you can see, I simply open it. I can see my application. Okay, so here you can see my application. Now let's go to our slides again. So almost everything is covered. I just covered a live demo for you, and now just let's discuss disadvantages quickly. So there are few disadvantages. So our internet connection is required, and if your internet connection is unreliable or laggy, then you may have problems with using it. Okay, then you need a little knowledge of cloud, very basic though. Then you cannot play YouTube videos or any learning videos, because that will take a lot of data on your local system. Okay, and since it is a Windows server, it may not support some of the features that are available on our local system. So for example, Windows Store, mail, things like that, and you need to check for daily cost. So that's it for today, and do comment if you have any suggestions or feedback. Subscribe and like to see more videos, and maybe share what you would like to see next. Thank you. Bye.